Coming up on MilCyberSync, battening down the hatches. The DoD is poised to mitigate election interference come November.
Also ahead, cyber recruitment proving formidable as a glut of job openings continues to grow. Those stories and more, so get ready to get in sync with MilCyberSync.
You're watching the MilCyberSync podcast with Nick Thomas and Layla Guland.
Hello and welcome to the MilCyberSync podcast, reporting on the latest events happening in cyber news. I'm Layla Guland along with your host, Nick Thomas. Great to see you there, Nick.
Great to see you, Layla, and thanks everyone for coming on, listening, and watching this week.
Absolutely. And just as a reminder, if you are listening to us on your favorite podcast app, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, click on that notification bell for our latest posts. Also, if you'd like to donate to the MCPA, it's easy with Amazon Smile. If you click on the link below, you can start shopping, and a portion of your purchase goes to MCPA at no extra cost to you. Also, don't forget to use our CFC code 10386.
All right. Well, the Department of Defense is now fully engaged to defend the U.S. electoral system. With a little more than 2 months until the midterm elections, the DoD and other interagency partners are poised for a no-fail mission in its defense against foreign interference and foreign influence. The joint U.S. Cybercom NSA Election Security Group is ready to disrupt, deter, and degrade foreign adversaries' ability to interfere with and influence how U.S. citizens vote and how those votes are counted. The ESG's primary objectives are to generate insights on foreign adversaries who may interfere with or influence elections, bolster domestic defense by sharing information with interagency, industry, and allied partners, and impose costs on foreign actors who seek to undermine the democratic processes. Layla?
Well, the Pentagon's potential request for perfection is causing a stir in the cybersecurity community. A provision that the government would require vendors only sell the military software that's free of known vulnerabilities raises two issues. The requirement is unnecessary and impossible to achieve, or software vendors bear the risk of accountability for selling faulty technology. The provision was found in the 2023 National Defense Authorization Bill passed in July. The Biden administration is on the side of holding software vendors responsible for making sure their goods don't contain known common vulnerabilities and exposures, or CVEs. But cybersecurity executive Dan Larenk argues that there is no such thing as vulnerability-free software. Guidance on the issue is expected. Nick.
More than 130 Army bases will be receiving local, self-contained electric grids beginning in May. These microgrids are being supplied by the Pentagon following a test at DEF CON where hackers worked to find vulnerabilities to better preempt cyber attacks. The collaboration unfolded at the annual hacking conference this past weekend in Las Vegas, where more than 1,700 DEF CON attendees participated in the Pentagon's Microgrid Hacking Challenge. Many of them successfully shut down the mock grid due to advanced technology required to connect various components. The Army is pushing the microgrid effort because the systems are energy efficient, cost effective, and can keep a bases up and running even if a cyber attack or natural disaster takes out the larger power grid. California's Fort Hunter Leggett will be the first Army installation to get a microgrid for a cool $21.6 million. Layla?
The National Security Agency has been working on gaining a competitive advantage through its growing recruitment effort. In an effort to support the director's goal to build and sustain a diverse expert workforce, the agency is looking for innovative ways to find individuals who possess the skills needed to fill some of its most critical vacancies, including computer scientists, software engineers, and data analysts. To be competitive with private industry for the best and brightest talent, NSA is focused on advancing its hiring technology, improving the candidate experience, and shortening the application timeline. NSA's corporate diversity hiring strategy is helping the agency compete for skilled, diverse talent through sustainable and collaborative recruitment and hiring efforts that yield long-term outcomes. Nick.
The Commerce Department has been forced to poach cybersecurity employees from other agencies in the federal government. The hiring challenges are likely due to a tight labor market and a severe shortage of skilled cyber engineers and analysts. Officials say they're hiring people from one federal agency to another, and that it's extremely difficult to get the right people with the right skills. There's been a huge surge in cybersecurity job openings in the past year, following a series of massive attacks in the last 2 years on the computer systems of the federal government, the Colonial Pipeline, and the meat producer JBS that have brought mainstream awareness to the need for increased cybersecurity within the government and the private sector. CyberSync is a recruiting website for cybersecurity jobs in the U.S. funded by the Commerce Department and estimates there are currently more than 700,000 open cybersecurity jobs nationwide, which includes positions in the public and private sector. Layla?
Well, before we go to break, if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, click on that notification bell for our latest post related to everything military, cyber, and cybersecurity.
And when we come back, it's a year of action, cloud migration and quantum computing at the top of the military's priority list. That story and more after the break.
Today's network and security monitoring solutions are vulnerable to overload situations that lead to decreased visibility and undetected intrusions. Monitoring applications require hardware to keep up with real-time traffic analysis, making it complex and costly. Your security monitoring solutions may be unable to keep up during cyber attacks or traffic spikes, making intrusion more likely. A new approach is needed to increase network protection and visibility. Axellio simplifies and streamlines your network monitoring for critical security, network, and application analysis. Learn more at axellio.com.
Please consider donating to the Military Cyber Professionals Association. We are a 501c3 educational nonprofit charity with a volunteer-fueled staff. A great way to donate is through Amazon Smile. It will cost you nothing to use this service. Also, if you're active duty military or a federal employee, we are on the Combined Federal Campaign pre-approved list. Consider a one-time donation or spread out across pay periods. Every little bit helps. Our CFC number is 10386. Thank you for your consideration.
Welcome back. The U.S. Army will make significant strides in cloud migration and utilization in the coming 12 months. The Army considers cloud migration and widespread secure use foundational to the broader modernization of its networks, computers, and collaboration capabilities. Mastering cloud computing will also help realize artificial intelligence and machine learning for cyber warfare. That's according to the 2020 Army Cloud Plan. The Army requested more than $16 billion in cyber dollars and funding for fiscal 2023, which starts October 1st, or more than 9% of the service's $178 billion budget blueprint. Hundreds of millions of dollars would be invested in cloud. Deputy Chief of Staff Lieutenant General John Morrison and others are coordinating with others to audit data centers that the service eventually wants to shutter to better understand what is out there and what needs to be relocated. Such analysis will speed cloud uptake. Well, next year is being dubbed as a period of action and acceleration. Morrison has pledged much more rapid movement to the cloud now that the groundwork has been laid. Nick.
CISA is advising critical infrastructure organizations to prepare to safeguard their systems from powerful quantum decryption algorithms. As public and private technology entities begin to explore how quantum computing can help and potentially disrupt their industries, agency officials have outlined risks and mitigation techniques for organizations, asking them to begin to ready their systems for forthcoming post-quantum cryptography standards. To prevent widespread quantum hacks before they are made possible by a viable quantum computer, CISA wants organizations working within critical infrastructures to begin their network migrations to post-quantum cryptography. Data encryption is the cornerstone of secure online communication and runs on a combination of public and private key encryption built into modern applications and communication devices. Layla?
Army Cyber Command plans to convert one of its regional centers in the U.S. into a hub that can better coordinate digital operations across the world. Lieutenant General Maria Barrett is the commander of MilCyber and says the move is necessary to improve collaboration between the 5 existing centers, the focal points for cyber resources and responsibility in various theaters. 2 regional cyber centers are in the U.S. One is in Arizona, the other in Hawaii. Barrett and the CONUS Center in the continental U.S. would be made global. 3 other centers are scattered abroad in Germany, Kuwait, and South Korea. Nick.
The U.S. and French Army have strengthened their partnership and mutual security cooperation at a recent visit at Fort Gordon, Georgia. The event was part of a 5-day visit to further bilateral cooperation and interoperability between the 2 armies and familiarize French leadership with U.S. efforts such as modernization programs, multi-domain operations, organizations and capabilities, and human resources initiatives. The event is an extension of America's association with its oldest ally and NATO partner and the long-standing U.S.-French collaboration in cyberspace. The strong shared interest between the countries will inevitably protect critical infrastructure and integrate capabilities and fight threats. Layla?
A U.S. Cyber Command team has just returned from a hunt forward operation in Croatia. The CNMF team worked alongside the Croatian Security and Intelligence Agency's Cybersecurity Center on the operation, hunting on the prioritized networks of national significance and looking for malicious cyber activity and vulnerabilities. Cyber Command says the hunt forward operations are part of its strategy for persistent engagement, defined as the need to constantly interact with adversaries in cyberspace and do so with speed and agility. This was the 35th proactive cyber defense mission to be undertaken by the command as it continues to work with other countries and learn from cyber threats that they confront. Well, Cyber National Mission Force has launched these hunt-forward operations in 18 countries, including Estonia, Lithuania, and Ukraine. Nick.
Well, after 3 days of challenges, Army Cyber Command has selected its best squad for 2022 in the command's first Best Squad competition. Held at Fort Gordon, Georgia this month, 3 teams of soldiers from across our cyber units took on the competition, with the 1st Information's Operations Command squad earning top honors. To earn the Best Squad title, the team had to excel at several physical, mental, and warrior skill challenges, including an Army combat fitness test, a uniform inspection, a field exercise with weapons familiarization, and an obstacle course. The winning squad earned a team trophy and each member was presented an Army Commendation Medal. Well, if you're in the car listening and would rather watch, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel. Find us at Military Cyber Professionals Association or MilCyber.org for all our content related to all things military cyber and cybersecurity. Be sure to like and subscribe and click on that notification bell for our latest posts. Also, if you'd like to donate to the MCPA, it's easy with Amazon Smile. If you click on the link below, you can start shopping and a portion of your purchase goes to MCPA at no extra cost to you. Also, don't forget to use our CFC code, which is 10386.
All right, that's going to do it for us. On behalf of Nick and myself, thank you so much for watching and listening. You're now in sync with MilCyberSync. We'll see you again next week.
This has been the MilCyberSync podcast, brought to you by the Military Cyber Professionals Association. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube, click on the notification bell for our latest posts.
Please consider donating to the Military Cyber Professionals Association. We are a 501c3 educational nonprofit charity with a volunteer-fueled staff. A great way to donate is through Amazon Smile. It will cost you nothing to use this service. Also, if you're active duty military or a federal employee, we are on the Combined Federal Campaign pre-approved list. Consider a one-time donation or spread out across pay periods. Every little bit helps. Our CFC number is 10386. Thank you for your consideration.